Hello, it's good to see you. Today we're going to talk about a hypothetical winter concert. I was not planning on making any more videos today, but allegedly, theoretically, I may have gone to my younger son's winter concert. And I think I have selective amnesia when it comes to these concerts. I've been going to them for years because I had, of course, my older son goes through, the early years, and they do this every year. The week before Christmas, they do, right before they leave for winter break, they do a winter concert. And they'll have a different theme every year. And what was this? This one's theme was like Christmas in Jazz Town or something. It was like a jazz theme, hypothetically. So I saw the title of it on the program when I got there, and I thought, what on earth is this going to be? But no, I have selective amnesia about this winter concert every year because every year I will get in there and I will go, right. Oh, I forgot how bad this was. not the program itself. The program is fine, except you can't hear most of it. First of all, the school is very little. The little school. It's not a big school at all. Not a lot of students. And so they don't have separate buildings for everything. Like, some schools will have a cafeteria and a gymnasium. You'll have an auditorium. You have all those separate things. Well, this school theoretically does not have that. They have one large building. Well, it's not that big, but it's the biggest building that makes up the school. And it's called the cafegymtorium. So the cafegymtorium is where they do everything. They have PE in there. The kids eat lunch in there. They take turns and they do things in shifts in the cafegymtorium. And this is where they do the winter concert every year. Hey, Dexter. Hey. Oh, don't be mad. I tried to pick him up a minute ago and he freaked out. I don't know why. He just completely freaked out on me. I don't know if he thought I was gonna hurt him or what. I had to back away. I don't. It was weird. He was genuinely scared. Like he tried to hurt me. So, you happy now? Yeah. I wasn't trying to hurt you. I was just trying to pick you up. He loves to be held. You can pick him up and walk around with him all day. He loves it. I think what happened was I was right by the door and he was kind of in the corner, like the door is here and there's a wall here, and he was kind of in the corner. I think he felt cornered. I think he felt threatened because he was kind of cornered. So my thought was just back away. Just give him space, give him time. Don't, let him come to you. Which he just did, so that was good. I wasn't trying to hurt you. So, all right, so you have the cafegymtorium. So we had to get there early. And my son, he looked like a little man. It was so cute. The boys had to wear button-down shirts and a tie, which you will never see my son dressed anything like that. So I took full advantage of it. I took lots of pictures, and in most of the pictures, he's like, I smile, and he's like, he looks absolutely miserable. So the whole time he's just going, Mom, can we please just go home so I can take this off? He kept saying the tie is killing me. So he's up there periodically during the thing. He would start doing like this, and I'm going, stop, So you get in there. They wanted him to get there early. Now, I was under the impression that the program was supposed to start at 6 because they wanted the kids there at 5:30. Oh no, it didn't start till 6:30. Well, the program said 6:30, which means it actually started around 6:55 or so. It was almost 7 o'clock before they actually got started. And I realize a lot of work goes into making the little winter concert thing. Each grade will sing different songs and stuff, and I know it's a lot of work. I'm not saying it's not. But that was one of the things I had forgotten. Like, I'm ticking them off in my head, all of the things that I just have selective amnesia about. I forgot that they never, ever, ever, ever start on time. So you have this room with rows and rows of folding chairs set up, and lots of parents and grandparents and other relatives and friends, and everybody comes to the winter concert. And for some reason tonight, I believe I was the only person in there not chewing gum, theoretically. Now, if you have misophonia, if you're familiar with that, it literally translates to the hatred of sound. I have misophonia and ASMR. I've had misophonia since I was 8. I've had ASMR as long as I can remember. As wonderful as ASMR is, that's how bad misophonia is. It's like sounds are heaven or hell for me. And I have visual triggers for my misophonia and ASMR. For the ASMR, it's great. Misophonia, not so much. So everywhere I look, all I can see are people chewing gum. It looked like a herd of cattle chewing their cud. Every single person was chewing it with their mouth open. And I just wanted to die. I just wanted to run out of there. I thought, I'm going to punch somebody in the face. I got to go. But it's so loud in there. That's the other thing I forgot about. You walk into the cafegymtorium and it's just a deafening roar. I mean, the acoustics in there are ridiculous. I don't know what it is about the acoustics in there, but it is just always loud in there. Even before everybody got there. Now, we got there at 5:30 like we were supposed to. But we were one of the few who actually got there when we were told to. And I see why now, because you get there and you have to wait at least an hour before it's even supposed to start. So, and there's nothing to do. You know, we're there. There's nothing to do. There's really nothing to be gained by getting there early. I think they tell people that because a lot of people would show up late otherwise. You know, if we tell them to be here at 5:30, maybe they'll be here by 6:30. I'm not really sure. So we end up sitting there, you know. And it's the more people come in, the louder it gets and the louder it gets. And then I realize, theoretically, I'm sitting in my little metal hard folding chair. I start to feel a pain right here. And I get migraines. And when I feel them, it's either right here or right here. It's about the size of a nickel. I will start to feel a specific pain. And I know that a migraine is coming. And the noise in there was making it worse, theoretically. So I got that going for me now. And I'm looking at the time. And fortunately, I was able to go out to my car. But when I went out to the parking lot, theoretically, this soccer mom in her minivan comes flying through the parking lot. And it was getting dark. And she didn't see me. I saw her, and I'm glad I stopped because she came barreling, and she stopped right in front of the entrance to the cafegymtorium to let her little sweetheart out, I guess. And she was yelling at her at the same time. I don't know what was it. She was mad, allegedly. And I thought, I am really glad somebody with their child was not walking through here because they may not have seen you coming, and you could have hit them. But she was yelling at her kid, and then the poor little kid gets out the sliding door, you know, and then the soccer mom like throws a Santa hat at this kid, and I'm like, wow, Merry Christmas to you, and just floors it, just takes off. I don't know. That poor little kid looked really sad. So now I'm really sad, and I'm feeling really bad for this kid, but I don't know this kid. I don't know what to say. I just told her hat was pretty. I said, that's a really nice hat. And she didn't say anything. She just went in, theoretically. So then I got to my car. I take ibuprofen everywhere. I have a little container of ibuprofen everywhere. I have one in the car. I have one at work. I have multiple things of it at home. So I always have it. So I took my ibuprofen. I didn't have anything to take it with, so I had to swallow 3 ibuprofen with no liquid. It's disgusting. So anyway, I didn't want to go back in there. I'll be honest with you. I did not want to go back in there. Dexter's lying on the floor. But I thought, no, you have to go back in there because my son and I kind of have to deal with a similar thing. You may not know it from seeing me here, but I am a very quiet person in real life. I don't talk a lot. I don't like lots and lots of noise. I hate crowds. I don't do well in situations like that cafegymtorium for the winter concert because and this one was the most crowded one that I have ever personally witnessed. And I've been going to winter concerts at this school for many years because of both of my kids going through. Um, so you get in there, and I got in there, and the seat that I had was taken, and it was a good seat too. But by now, this place was almost standing room only, and it wasn't even close to time to start. There were people standing everywhere. Well, I happened to find, it was just me, so I happened to find a single seat that was free, and I sat down there. Okay, so I had two ladies on this side and a man here. Now, these seats were, I mean, we were shoulder to shoulder, the seats were jammed in there as tight as possible. So there is no elbow room, okay? You really cannot move. You have to just basically sit there like this. And it feels like everybody's just right in your face. And, it was awful. I don't like crowded, tight, noisy spaces like that. I felt like a rat that was part of a lab experiment or something. And I look over at my son, and he's over there sitting kind of off to himself, and he has the same look on his face, like, can we please just go? And as I started looking around, allegedly, I started looking at all the other kids, and I noticed, like, there's one. They have the same look on their face. They're as miserable as I am. Oh my God. A lot of people were enjoying what they looked like they were enjoying it. Maybe they weren't. Maybe they were faking it. The headache made it hard for me to fake anything. So we wait for what seems like an eternity for this thing to start, and there are adults darting back and forth. And right when they were ready to start, so they have these amps, these huge speakers, just like, I don't know where these things came from. They're huge, like something you'd use at an outdoor festival or something. And they turned them on. And somebody must have had the microphone right next to them because the feedback caused this ear-piercing noise, the high-pitched whine, to just cut through that cafegymtorium like a knife. I felt like my head was going to blow up. Oh my God. I literally just kind of, I just grabbed my head. Oh my God, it was awful. But it got everybody to be quiet for 2 whole seconds. The cafegymtorium was quiet, and you could hear yourself think for 2 beautiful seconds. And then the noise, the talking. Everybody's doing this. And since no one can hear, everybody's talking louder and louder and louder. They got the microphone away from there, the feed, whatever, and started playing the music. So the concert starts. It's almost 7 o'clock. Finally got started. Okay. The kids were up on stage according to grade. They were sorted by grade. Kindergarten way down there, first, second, and then for some reason it went kindergarten, first, second, and then it went fifth, fourth, third. I don't know why. I never figured it out. I thought, well, it must have something to do with whatever they're doing. It didn't have anything to do with it. There was no reason for them to do that. I have no idea. And it still bugs me. I don't have OCD, but that bugs me. Like, no. Put them in order. There was no reason to do that. Hypothetically. The problem was, okay, the speakers were turned up way too loud. It was entirely too loud. And everybody's still talking. Even though the music director or whatever she is, I don't know what they call her. I'm sorry. The choral, I don't know. She teaches music. She has the microphone, right? And she keeps going, shh, shh. And no one can hear her because everybody's talking so loud and the music is playing. She sounded like a tire with a hole in it. Shh. And she did this periodically throughout the entire thing. And I'm going, just stop. Just stop. No one can hear you and it's not working. Just quit hissing into the microphone, because every now and then when she would do it, it would make a noise that just looks like an ice pick in my ear. Okay, 2 ladies over here, man here. Here's where it sucks for me. Oh, and there's somebody behind me. I'll tell you about them too, theoretically. These 2 women are here for Anders. I don't know who Anders is. Apparently, that is the kid. Anders is this kid's name. At first, I thought they were going to say Anderson, and I wasn't hearing them right. Or Andy. No, it's not Andy. It's not Anderson. It's Anders. The kid's name is Anders. So they're over here. And this went on throughout the concert. About every couple of minutes, they would both pipe up. I don't know if they've been drinking or what. They act like me after about 2 glasses of wine. They're going, Anders! Woo! You go, boy! You look so good. You sang so good. And they're waving at him. And their hands are right in my face. Okay, people in this sort of a situation, they have no sense of personal space anymore. I like my bubble. Arm's length right here. Arm's length. You're good right here. You don't need to get any closer to me than that. I am a big fan of personal space. These women had no sense of personal space. Anders! And they were screaming. I don't know who Anders was, but whoever it was apparently couldn't hear them. I could hear them loud and clear because they were screaming right in my ear. See, they're facing this way. And this one is just like for shoulder to shoulder. She's basically screaming in my ear, waving her bony hand at him, and she's got one of those Pandora clinkety clank bracelets on. Anders! Look here! Hey! And they never, give up. He either can't see you or you're embarrassing him and he refuses to admit you're here. He just doesn't want to look at you. They kept doing it and doing it and doing it through the entire thing. And it was over an hour long, and they did it every couple of minutes through the whole thing. Anders! And if they weren't doing that, they were holding their phone right in my face, taking video of poor Anders. So I have an iPhone right in my face, or a Pandora bracelet and a bony hand in my face. And over here, this dude didn't say much. Theoretically, he didn't say much. I think what he did was worse, though. He did 2 things. I don't know what this is about. Now, keep in mind, this is a musical concert, okay? They're singing songs. From the time I sat down, now this was before we started, he was already there. And he's looking this way. So I got 2 people's fields of vision just crossing right in front of me. And now my son is over there. And I'm trying to look over there. But every time I turn to look at him, I got dude right here on this shoulder, basically not looking right at me, but he's looking too far this way for it to be comfortable for me to look that way, if it makes any sense. Kind of like when you get on an elevator and there's somebody facing backwards, like, don't, why are you looking back here? Stop. I could not comfortably watch my son because dude is staring, and it didn't matter what was going on. Like the kindergartners were performing, way over here. So, everybody's focused over here. Not this guy. He had his eyes fixated on whoever he was there with. I don't know. He was steady hawking that kid the entire time. He just stared at that kid. Didn't matter if anybody over here is singing or dancing or doing. No, I don't care. I'm going to stare at my kid the whole time. It was creepy. It was weird. And the whole time, from the time I sat down before this thing even started, he didn't say anything, but he was humming. And he wasn't even humming a song. It was the whole time. Even when all the kids were singing, he kept doing that over and over and over. Now, I'm not making fun. I'm not judging. I'm not saying anything. Sit next to that for an hour and tell me that's not going to get on your nerves, because he's right here. We're shoulder to shoulder. He's right here. And I had to listen to that the entire time. And him staring. Just staring the whole time. He didn't clap. He didn't say anything. It was weird. It was freaking me out worse than these 2 ladies over here. I think they've been drinking a little bit. I'm telling you, they were a little bit too happy to be there. Although, honestly, I was jealous. I kind of wished I'd had something to drink before I got in there. So, and then I had a lady behind me, grown woman. She had her legs crossed. And throughout the entire thing, I gave her the look multiple times. She kept doing it. She would She was bouncing, like she had her legs crossed and was bouncing the leg to the beat of whatever song was playing. And she had on these pointy high heels. The toe of her shoe was whacking the back of my chair the entire time to the beat of whatever the song was. Jingle Bells, 12 Days of Christmas, whatever. She was kicking the back of my chair for every song. And I turned all the way around one time and gave her the look. And she'd stop for about 30 seconds and then she'd start doing it again. So I'm in hell. I literally texted my older son. I said, I'm in the seventh circle of hell. He said, well, if I had a license, I'd come get you out of there. So then at the end of this thing, hypothetically, all the kids were singing a song together. And it was the loudest part of the whole thing. And people in there are still talking. Half the people in there weren't even paying attention. I don't even know why they were there. At the very end of it, they all had, you could see the teachers going around giving them all something, but I didn't know what they were giving all the kids something. And at the very end of the song, they all had big handfuls of confetti and they threw it up in the air. So it rains confetti everywhere. So then they're going to get out of there and there's just confetti all over everything. And all I could think was, I feel so sorry for whoever has to clean this cafegymtorium up. It was absolutely everywhere. When we got home, I found confetti in the back seat. I'm going to be finding confetti in the house. Why would you do that? But I'm just glad it wasn't glitter, because glitter is forever. Diamonds are not forever as much as glitter is. You use glitter one time, you're going to be finding it 10 years later. So I just want to say that I'm very happy to be here. I'm kind of sad because this will be his last winter concert. He will no longer be there next year, and I hate it. I hate that in a way, but in another way, with it all fresh on my mind. And the acoustics in there, that was the other thing. This is part of what makes it so bad, is that you can't hear. If somebody down there is talking, it just sounds like and then woo, I don't know what they're clapping about. Everybody starts, yay. I have no idea what they said. I just start clapping because everybody else is clapping. I missed probably 75% of it because you can't hear. If whoever's talking is over there somewhere, you can't understand anything they're saying. Those kids down there singing a song, I couldn't understand the words unless it was a song I recognized. I don't know what song that is, but he kept humming that little bit right there over and over. Even in the middle of the kids singing their songs, he just kept doing it. Now maybe there was, no judgment. I don't know why he did it. It may have been a way to soothe himself. Maybe he had anxiety. I don't know. But it was a heck of a night. And then I went to Subway after that, and they were out of meatballs. And that just topped it all off. They had no meatballs. It's the second time I have gone into that Subway and they were out of meatballs. I said, y'all like McDonald's and an ice cream machine. How are you out of meatballs every time I come in here? Well, you want to get something else? I said, no, it wasn't even for me. It's for my older son. I said, no, don't worry about it. That's what he wanted, was a meatball sub. Y'all don't have any meatballs. I guess I'll go home. So I took my aching head and my poor kid home. He was very happy to get out of that shirt and tie. He looks so cute, though. He's so dapper. But that's just not the way he dresses. But that's, I guess, the last winter concert for me. So it's kind of sad, but as long as all this is fresh on my mind, it's not that sad. Yeah. So I don't know why I thought I would just share that while it was on my mind. That hypothetical situation that may or may not have happened. Thank you so much for watching and for listening to me. I'm grateful for everything I have. I know it sounds like I complain, but I'm grateful for what I have. I recognize the wonderful things in my life, and I'm grateful for them. But I'm really grateful that that concert is over and I could get away from there. But I hope you have a great day. Thank you again for watching, and I will see you again really soon.